what it takes. This is how I won 4 titles, riding 3,000 feet. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, mountain bike trails right here, dude. 3,000 feet of climbing. So you do it on mountain bikes. I do it on my BMX. 4616 no clips. That's how we roll, baby. Just stand up the whole way. Well, anyway, I'm sure you recognize the national #1 hat. In case you forget, yeah, the real #1. Believe that. All right? Not these fake-ass punks running clips. Velodrome in the track. You saw in the videos. Watch it again. Yeah. These videos are set up to where the more you watch, the more you'll see. So, watch out. So that's how it works. So anyway, think about it and learn from the video. All those videos, those AA mains, everyone was passing. Riders were going from 4th to 1st. When was the last time you seen a pro go from 4th to 1st? It doesn't happen because everyone's clipped in. It's follow the leader. Go ahead, Willowberry. Win 19 AAs. Win 23 AA wins. Win them all. Yeah, go ahead, dude. We'll follow you to the finish line. Dude, if someone cut on the inside of him, he wouldn't have 18 wins. But instead, everyone's trying to go around him like it's velodrome. You know, that's what you do in velodrome. You go up high, not down low. So everyone in BMX now goes up high because they got clips. Oh, I don't want to slide out. Then don't run the fucking clips. You know? Dude, learn how to ride your bike. You know? I don't know, man. It's pretty frustrating. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm glad it's not my generation anymore because now I can just have fun, teach kids how to ride BMX the real way with my new series, iBMX, which is, you know, it's where it's going, dude. You know? The future of the sport is enduro racing, so I'm going to start incorporating it into the local tracks too, where we use the track and the parking lot. So basically, those of you that follow motorcycle, you've seen Supermoto, where it's half street, half dirt. That's BMX enduro. That's enduro BMX. So that's what I'm going to start doing. So you'll do like 1 lap around the track. We'll set up some stuff in the dirt parking lot or however the parking lot is the track. But basically, it's just going to be a big old loop. And 1 lap's going to take like 2 minutes to complete, and it's 4 laps in a 5-lap main. So age groups aren't going to matter that much because it's more about endurance. You know? You can have a 29-year-old that's out of shape. He's not going to beat the in-shape 14-year-old. So you can have a category 14 to 29, and it's no big deal because it's 4 laps plus a 5-man main. So, you know, good luck beating the 14-year-old 4 laps. You know, so anyway, so that's the direction the sport's going. I've already had 2 events. The course record right now is this guy Kenny Cross. He did it in 4 minutes and 19 seconds. Once again, he's a 14 expert. You know, he can't beat me, but dude, by next year he'll be beating me. You know, I don't have that kind of recovery. I have the strength, I can keep up, but I don't have the recovery. The recovery is when you get to the top of the steep little climb. Is your heart rate 200 or is it 150? Well, mine's 200 and his is like 143. So he recovers, and I'm up there like, you know, coughing up a lung or my breakfast. You know, so there's not much I can do. So anyway, getting ready to hit the downhill. I wish I could film it, but you know I don't have a GoPro, so well. That's how we roll. I know you can't tell, but it's cold up here, dude. It's like fucking 40 degrees, NorCal. I mean, it's clear out, 100-mile visibility, but it's what did the clock say? I don't know what it said. Whatever, I'm not going to get it out again. But anyway, it's about 3 o'clock. And it's crispy cold, kind of like that Reno Tahoe weather. Alright, that's about it. I think I'll put the water bottle in the backpack because usually I hit some gnarly rough stuff. I have to go back and get the water bottle. Johnny Rocket waiting for his boy. Alright, cool, man. Talk to you guys when I get down there. I know it's a little hard to see, but this is the top of the gate. And I used to have all my stickers on here, but they got taken off. Anyway, if you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see, I can't zoom in because, you know, I'm not running the camera, but this is an old school, dude, 1992 Vision Streetwear sticker I put on here hella years ago. And down here's an old Vans sticker, original, like from, I think it was like 92 or 93, Vans tour. Anyway, I'm gonna get some more stickers and then sticker it up with some modern day stuff, so then you'll be more aware of what's up. So that's what I'm gonna work on next. I used to have the old MR.T thumbs up sticker on there too. It lasted like 10 years, dude. It was pretty funny. I thought someone would have peeled it off.
This is 2014 for those watching this video. 2014.
Well, if some of you guys remember these days, the Ranger covered up my mountain bike trail, so I had to stop midway. And I figure I might as well just clean it now, because that way I don't have to do it fucking in a couple weeks. So anyway, this is the BMX part of the trail that they don't want no one riding because the shit's hella fucking steep.
Been riding this trail for 28 years now, or longer. Started at 14 years old.
My fucking workout, big ass fucking tree.
But every year you have to go and clean the trail like you see me doing.
Wow. Tossing fucking 100-pound box. Shit's hella funny. Yeah, that's why I do deadlifts. Oh. Woo, that was tired. Enough. I'll be able to get through it. I ride this shit twice a week, so each week I'll just clean a little bit more. Don't want it too clean either, because then all the fucking penguins will start riding it again, and then they'll shut it down again. So anyway, keep it kind of stealth. Well, anyway, welcome back to training anyway. Day 2. So this is like volume 3 of the video. Just so you know, dude, this whole video, this is like 16 8mm videos smashed down. So it's been a long week, dude. I've been trying to just get this done so I can get out of the way and start focusing on my training. So anyway, dude, just got back from the road ride. So yesterday, 3,000 feet of climbing on the BMX bike, out of the saddle. You know, mountain bike trails on a BMX bike, all the way to the top. Bombed down. Had to clean the trail. The trail I've been riding for 20 years. I haven't been up there, dude, like since August or something, and that was on a mountain bike because I was doing the downhill series for Tahoe North Star, which I ended up winning. So I'm the 3-time downhill champ too. Like I said, pretty soon we'll be in the mountain bike portion of the video, and I'll show you the trails I train on, like the one today. Once I get that trail cleaned up, I'm going to go back up with a metal rake and clean it off so you can see what's up. The shit will be like golf course conditions. So it's super fast, and what makes that trail fun is it's all roots. It's really steep and it's roots. You know, a lot of trails have rocks, but this is roots, and it's always wet in there. The sun never shines in there, so it's slippery roots. Really teaches you how to ride your bike. It's pretty flat pedal, you know. So I mean, you can do it on clips. I've done it on clips for 30 years. Mountain bike, cyclocross bike, you know, everything. So it's just, I think it's safer on flats though, especially if you don't know the trail. So anyway, long story short, so I show up on the noon ride today, and this ride's, like I said, been around for 35 years. It's basically like an A and AA pro training ride. Nothing like it anywhere else in the country that most people know about. It's been in Velo News and all that stuff. Huge ride-ups. A lot of top riders have done it. Hincappy, Greg LeMond, Lance Armstrong, a bunch of those guys, because they come into town and do seminars in Palo Alto, California, home of Facebook and LinkedIn and Google and everybody else. So, like I say, this is where I live. I live in the heart of all the madness. That's why I have a 1-bedroom condo instead of a house, because, dude, you know, you can't afford shit around here. So that's just how they run it. So anyway, long story short, go out on the ride, and you know, felt good in the warm-up, and then probably like 70 dudes showed up, and I just sat in the back because that's where I belong, and you know, I'm only riding like 100 miles a week. The dudes in the ride, they ride 300 miles a week, so it's a huge difference in terms of base. Remember we talked about base? I got no road base. They do. So their bad day is my best day, and today I didn't have a good day because my legs were smoked from standing up on my BMX bike yesterday. So anyway, long story short, it's a 90-minute ride. I lasted about 20 minutes. Basically, I got through the warm-up, down the first downhill, and then when we got to the first little uphill, I was done. That's called Highway 84. It's about probably a 1.2 mile uphill, out of the saddle, big ring, moderate pace. They probably do it at about 22 miles an hour. Your average Joe would probably do it at 12 miles an hour. So I was doing it at about 18, so I just kept moving back and moving back. Pretty soon I was in the back with this girl named Linda Jackson, who was the winner, two-time winner of the Women's Tour de France, which no one even knows they have. She's the two-time winner of the Women's Tour de France. Her legs were smoked from doing some big 7-hour day yesterday, so she rode in the back with me. I cut the course, and now I'm home talking on the video. So anyway, no big deal. Supposed to do some gate starts tomorrow, Wednesday, which is New Year's Day. So I called my boy Rob Carnahan, Calabasas Cyclery in San Jose. Famous Calabasas BMX park, pretty much built by hand by Cecil and Rob back in the day. No tractors. And anyway, trying to talk him into doing some starts. He bought a 2-man gate, electric gate, full-on, you know, $3,000 gate. It's pretty cool. So hopefully we can do some gates tomorrow. If not, then I'll just do my own thing. It's no big deal. I'll retrace my footsteps. I'll probably go to the skate park where I grew up, which is like 15 minutes from where I'm living right now. Probably do the skate park, and then there was a PG&E plant where I cut my teeth in terms of my riding ability. It was down the street from our house, and we built trails in the back of that PG&E for 15, 20 years growing up. And you know, you build them up one week and they get torn down the next week. Build them up one week, torn down, and we did that so many freaking times. It was unbelievable. You know, I mean, when I look back on it, it was like, talk about dedication. You know, if kids were that dedicated in their training, like, you know, yeah, I want to win. Man, we'd have a lot of champions here in Northern California, again, because we had them once, but there just hasn't been anyone to replace myself, Terry Tenette, Charles Townsend, you know, Brent and Brian Patterson, you know, a bunch of guys, man. List goes on. There was a guy back in the day, Greg Liggins, rode for Hutch. I don't know, Rick Palmer. I mean, dude, there's so many guys, there's so many names I'm not mentioning, you know. So Frank Post, you know, he was a world champion. People don't even know who Frank Post is. Okay, yeah, he's 60 pounds overweight, but dude, he won shit back in the day. He was a world champ. How many of you guys watching this video have ever been a world champ in anything, and you never will be, because you're watching the video trying to figure out how to do it. And by the time you figure out how to do it, you're going to be too old, because you need to have base. Remember base? Yeah. So that's what I didn't have today on the road ride, was base. I have BMX legs right now, not road bike legs. So going out on a 30-mile loop or a train ride, I was only good for like 10 miles. That's pretty BMX. So anyway, I'm back home. And the next portion of the video, I'm not sure what it's going to be, because I'm smoked. And I just need to rest and figure out what I'm going to do for the next portion. So anyway, this is volume 3 of maybe a 3 or 4 part tape series that obviously I'm trying to smash into a video so that I can sell for purchase. So like I say, this video is going to be expensive, because the stuff I'm talking about right here, none of you guys have ever heard, and you probably ain't going to hear it again. So I should be patenting everything that's coming out of my mouth. So once again, it's a video that you watch like 100 times, because every time you watch it, you're going to hear more of what I'm saying. Because right now you're just watching me talk, but you need to be listening. Anyway, same day, New Year's Eve, took a nap after the ride. Yeah, well, we're back. Anyway, the battery played out. Played out meaning the battery ran out of energy. So long story short, this is an 8mm camera. I had to buy it on eBay. I got it for 147 bucks. So I could play the 16 tapes that I had from the early 90s to mid 2000, as you see in the tapes. So this is basically a collage collection from dates back to, let's see, the earliest tape in there is probably 1989 Woodward Camp, when I was the director of the BMX program, teaching kids how to ride BMX, you know, from ages 7 to, you know, 50, you know, whatever. So anyway, I worked there for 4 years. So Woodward, Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania camp, not the one everyone thinks of, you know, the one in California, Bakersfield, Fresno, wherever they're calling it, you know, Woodward West. That's not the real Woodward. The real one's on the East Coast. So if you want to go to the real Woodward, which is like the Disneyland of BMX, it's on the East Coast. It's in Penn State. It's a long ass flight. It's like a $900 flight to get there, and then they charge like $1,200 a week to ride there. So that's a lot of money. So you get 3 meals a day and housing and professional instruction for $1,200 a week. So I mean, if you save for it, it's not that bad. I mean, you'd spend the same going to Hawaii, and you don't get to ride BMX or have any kind of instruction. You basically go there and take scuba diving lessons and go on some lava tour and this and that. It winds up costing you the same. You might as well spend the same money and go to Woodward, Pennsylvania, and do the BMX school and learn how to ride everything, dude. From the ramps to the trails to the track. They even got a UCI X Games course. It was the first one. They pioneered the UCI jumps. So anyway, long story short, that's where you should be. And if you're fortunate enough to ever make it to the USA Cycling Center, they will give you a binder like this, and they will put your name on it like this, and they file it away, or whatever they do. It's in a file, and every day you come in, and they have their your workouts in here. These were my winter workouts for velodrome racing, okay? I'll read one off just so you see what I'm talking about when opportunity meets preparation. All the base work I've done for the last 20 years met this preparation right here. Okay, here's Monday's training for the velodrome. If you were to think that you wanted to talk to Jamie Staff, who's the velodrome Olympic coach and former Olympic and world champion for velodrome and former BMX world champ. Okay, this is the Monday workout. AM, speed work. 5 50-meter sprints with 5 minutes recovery in a 92-inch gear. Okay, a 92-inch gear to a BMXer is the equivalent of a 45/16. Okay, next, you're going to do 4 one-lap sprints with 5 minutes recovery. Okay, 1 lap. So you got to pedal all the way. You know, imagine the high school track field. You know, at your high school track, you know, the circle where people run track and field. You know, like Usain Bolt. Yeah, you got to sprint around that 4 times. All right, and you get 5 minutes recovery. Okay, and that's after doing it 5 times at 50 meters. Okay, 50 meters, let's say that's 50 yards. So half a soccer field. So, you know, and then at night, so that's the morning workout. This is called AM workout. And then the PM workout is strength training. So that means we go to Bally's. Bally's sponsored us, and we use Bally's as the gym as our affiliate gym. So we would go to Bally's at night and train them. Okay, so that's Monday. So Monday was 5 50-meter sprints and 4 one-lap sprints with 5 minutes rest. Okay, Tuesday says speed and endurance. So we did 4 500-meter sprints. Well, a high school track is 400 meters. We're doing 500. So it's kind of like a lap and a quarter, let's say, with 5 minutes rest in a 44/16 gear. And then after that, you do 4 standing starts. A standing start in track racing is kind of like a beginner BMX. The guy holds you up. He basically puts his legs between your back wheel, and they do a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you snap. So we did 4 of those. 4 standing 1 lap starts in a 94-inch gear. Okay, so we just went from a 44/16 to a 47/16. All right, to do 1 lap 1 lap flat starts. I'm trying to relate it to BMX so people can relate. So this would be the equivalent of doing 4 sprints around the BMX track in a 47/16 gear, you know, translated. Okay, then after that, we do 4 four two-lap sprints in a 96 gear. Okay, so now you're running a 48-16. So you see what I mean? That's why these guys in the sports legs are hella big, because they look at the progression. Their first sprints were in a 92-inch gear. Their second round of sprints were in a 94-inch gear, and the third round was in a 96. Those numbers translated into BMX talk, this is how it goes, okay? A 92-inch gear is a 44. Then the second moto they put on a 45, and in the third moto they put on a 46. That's basically how I would look at it from a BMX standpoint. No one trains like that in BMX. Who the hell's going to go back to the pits after doing one gate start, you know, or whatever they're saying here, okay, after doing four laps on the track, you go back to your car and then you put on a 44. Okay, then you do 4 more laps, then you go back to your car and you put on a 45. Then you go back to your car and you put on, you know, a 46. Dude, no one does that in BMX. But this is the kind of things you're going to have to do if you want to be a velodrome rider. And that's, you know, it's not easy, dude. From the changing your gear every 5 seconds to doing the sprints to not having much recovery time, it's a long day at the track, man. And then same thing on Wednesday. AM, strength training, standing starts, max speed, full recovery race gear, flying starts. You know, that's the kind of stuff, you know, no one knows what a flying start is in BMX. What's a flying start? Well, what it means is they give you 1 lap to get up to speed. So basically it would be like giving you a running start to the starting gate. So it'd be like, instead of your wheel being on the gate, they would let you start 10 feet back. That's what's called a flying start. So you basically fly into the gate and you time it to where when you get to the gate's dropping, but you're already going as fast as you can go to get to the gate. So in track racing, it's called a flying start. So they give you a set distance to build up your speed, and when you get to that start mark, whatever speed you built up is where your time starts. So it's pretty fair. So if you have a really good sprint up to the start mark, it can make up for not having a good follow through at the end, meaning, you know, having to go the distance. Remember, in velodrome, you have to go all the way around the track to the finish line. It's not like BMX where, oh yeah, I got it, and you can sit, you know, quote, sit up. Sit up is a term used in road biking, you know, sitting up versus being crouched over the handlebars and being aerodynamic. When you sit up, you're letting the competition know you're either tired or you have it. You know, like, oh, I got this, dude. Shit, I'll play you guys out sitting up, you know what I mean? So you sit up. All right, that's about it for now. But actually, let me finish that old GT story too, for you guys that, you know, give a shit. Anyway, back to GT. So we finished on Gary Ellis and Greg Hill searching my bag, finding a thumbnail, finding a us, man. Shit, I wound up having 4 or 5 sponsors in mountain biking and BMX, man. I couldn't get the phone to ring, so go figure. So anyway, long story short, getting back on the GT story, Ronnie Anderson had a party the week before. It was like Waterford Oaks, the week before Akron where I got caught. And anyway, I doubled both days in Waterford Oaks, and Ronnie Anderson like tripled in pro, you know. Pros today don't know what a triple is. I think the last one to triple in pro was Dale Holmes in, you know, today's modern time. You know, that was probably early 2000s or something like that. You know, actually when they had Pro Cruiser, hey, you guys remember Pro Cruiser? You know, if you look at the numbers, Cruiser class in ABA is so big right now. How could you not have Pro Cruiser? So I get some smartass on Facebook that goes, yeah, well, you know, the reason why they took it up because people weren't signing up and no one wants to pay to travel with their bike and, you know, and the airline fees and this and that, whatever. Well, the problem with that is, you know what the real problem is, smartass at ABA? You know what the real problem is? The problem is that ABA doesn't want to put up any money. So it's not worth it for someone to pay $100 each way to take their bike to go try to win $300 bucks. So if ABA put up a real pro purse, it wouldn't be an issue, dude. So that's my answer to your smart-ass Facebook response that said, you know, oh yeah, you know, well the reason why we don't have Pro Cruiser is because, you know, no one was signing up. Dude, if you put the money up, people will sign up, okay? And it's a whole new crop of pros. It's not the pros of yesteryears, of yesterdays. I'm not, and they're not. They're not what I was, which is a peddler, and I'm not what they are, a pumper, okay? Maybe we can meet in the middle somewhere. I'm gonna run the experiment. Now that I'm in my 40s, and I'm back, like I said, I'm in better shape than any AA. Trust me on that one. I'll go to the gym with any AA. I'll ride any mountain bike trail, cyclocross trail, cross-country ride. I don't give a shit what they're doing. I'm already doing it, and I've been doing it for 25, 30 years on a competitive level. They're not going to clown me on the shit that I've been doing. But where I'm lacking is, like I said, course-specific BMX skills. I'm seriously lacking in those, okay? That's all it is. So if I can somehow acquire the new school riding style, which is pump, roll, pump, roll, pump, roll, pump, roll, no pedaling, I'm back in the mix. And I see myself being the oldest AA to ever race AA. Harry Larry pretty much has that title now. I think he made a AA main somewhere in his 40s. I would never want to misquote him because he's a professional in everything that he does, and I respect him, and hopefully he respects me in terms of me trying to be the next guy, to be the oldest guy to make a AA main. That's the only thing. It's not, oh, Tenette's trying to win AA. Tenette's trying to get a title. Dude, it ain't about that. I'm trying to just set a benchmark where 20 years from now, some kid will say, dude, I remember when Terry Tenette was 42 years old, dude, and he made the AA main at Chula Vista. That's all I want people to say. That's all I want them to say. And as long as I hold that title, that's cool. It's kind of like being, you know, 3-time national NBL champ, okay? Well, I won 3 in a row. A lot of people have 3 titles, but they didn't win them 3 in a row. And I won it when everyone was, quote, hot in pro. So there's no excuses. Hands down, I won the shit, you know? Everyone was hot. BMX couldn't have been any hotter at that time. Everyone was fast. Every 8-man main had 8 guys that could win. And in the most aggressive one. And at the time, I was the most aggressive. You saw the videos. You're going to see more. And I rode more aggressive than everyone else. I dove on the inside. Some of those early video races, dude, I went from 4th to 1st. Like some of those South Park races. Dude, I was in 4th place on a downhill track, dude. And came out of the last turn winning. Passing Mikey Kane, Carter, Ellis, everyone that has a name and has actually been number 1, you can see me passing in the video, and that's what made me 3-time number 1 and not them. I had to learn to get around them, and back then you had to out-pedal them. Now you have to try to out-pump them, so I'm kind of lost, you know? That's not my style, man. Doing push-ups and squats around the whole track. I don't know, dude. Shit's pretty skate park, you know? So I don't know. Hopefully the sport recognizes that it's taken a bad turn for the worst, and they start shaving down the jumps and bring back the pedaling. I'm not saying change the tracks. I'm just saying the jumps are too big, so you can't pedal them. So what you got to do is shave them down so the kids can start pedaling over jumps. A kid today doesn't even know what a speed jump is. They call it a manual. A manual ain't a speed jump, bro. You know? Speed jumps where you ride up to the obstacle, lift your wheel, and pedal over the top and back down. I've never seen a kid do that in the last 10 years, you know? That's how it is, man. Gotta know your roots, know your history, man. Kids know nothing about their history. They can tell you who hit the most home runs. They can tell you who Kaepernick, who threw the most touchdowns, 49er dude. You know, they can name all these dudes, man. Romo, you know, whatever. Whoever's the latest bullshit fucking hype mainstream sports guy, they can tell you all about him, but they can't tell you shit about the history in BMX. They can't tell you, you know, what kind of pedals Stu Thompson ran in 1992 or 85 or whoever, Greg Hill, anyone. Anyone that has a name in the sport, anyone that's in the Hall of Fame, anyone that has a pro title. Those are the only guys you need to be worried about. Know your history, man. Go to the ABA website and go, okay, I'm going to write down all the pros that were number 1. I'm going to try to get their autograph or find their Facebook page or whatever and see what the real deal was back then. No one does it. You know, they're worried about what Willowberry's doing. Well, Willowberry ain't doing shit, dude. He's riding pump track velodrome BMX. That's great. He's making 10 grand a month doing it, and good for him, but it's not BMX. And I'd be damn surprised to see if he would have been able to ride our style back then. And I don't think he would have been. He doesn't even have the body weight. Pistol Pete would have gave him an elbow so big, he wouldn't have came back the next weekend. He would have been like, damn, dude, I ain't ready for that. And exactly. Kids today don't understand, man.
We grew up with elbow, 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 and elbow. And you didn't win unless you were willing to elbow and put your foot in front of someone's wheel and make them fumble. You know, today, yeah, let's follow Willberry into the line, man. Oh yeah, Willberry, 23 wins for the season. Yeah, you know why? Because no one dives on the inside. Everyone tries to take the high line. Okay, in BMX, you don't pass on the outside. You pass on the inside. I don't know where they got that from. Oh, let me guess. It must be clips. Because when you're clipped in on the inside, all it does is make your front wheel wash out. That's why no one takes the inside anymore. So what's that mean? BMX has turned into pump track velodrome. Anyway, that's all I gotta say, man. It's frustrating. But my downhill series that I'm doing, Enduro BMX, which is the future of the sport, it's growing, man. This Saturday we're having another event. We already got 25 dudes pre-signed. It's $10 a rider, and winner takes all. It's money in the hat. The winning time last week was 4 minutes and 19 seconds, and it was won by a 14-year-old. He beat the older adults on mountain bikes and stuff. They were leading him out and stuff like that, but dude, he caught up. And that's what, you know, it was youth versus, like, you know, older dudes on mountain bikes that just didn't have that, like, the recovery that a 14-year-old had. So it's a beautiful series. It works for everyone, and it's spectator friendly. You know, it's just fire roads on a BMX bike. We start off on a big old downhill like it was Corona, Los Angeles, and the max speed in some of the portions of the track is about close to 40 miles an hour, depending on your age group. But dude, it's the shit, you know? Everyone's happy, everyone's smiling, and the winner leaves with whatever money's in the hat. So if there's 10 guys in his age category, dude, it's $100 for first, man. No one else is doing that. It's a no-brainer, you know? And people go, oh, well, how are you going to make money as a promoter and stuff? Dude, right now, it's all about marketing. You know, when the numbers get high enough, we'll raise the entry fees and the promoter will take half. I'm the promoter, I'll take half, the rest goes into the pot. Well, I don't know any other sanctions doing that. Watch when my shit blows up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Give me about 5 years and the Enduro BMX is like the shit. Yeah, check out my boots. Bought some new black boots. Anyway, these are my work boots. Anyway, this is what I wear at night. So these are steel toe. And these are my other ones that are steel toe. So these are my Dan Posts. And these are my BH boots. Anyway, they all got their little fake brands. But anyway, nothing special. They're not like towing law. Let me tell you what I ate today. I didn't get it on video, but it's not what I ate today. It's what I've been eating for the last 30 years, dude. Anyone that knows me, Greg Romero, or anyone that's spent any time with me that, quote, calls my, like, oh yeah, I know T. Okay, well, what's T eat? You don't know what I eat, bro. You know, instead it's like, oh, T's on some shit. I ain't on no shit, dude. Let me tell you what I ate today, bro. Alright? Fresh salmon, grilled chicken, alright? Pasta and brown rice pasta and butter, because you need fat, okay? People, oh, I don't, you know, yeah, you need fat, dude, so I just use real butter. You just take a cube of butter, and you put it on the warm pasta, and it melts all over it, and you stir it up in it, and it's the shit. I do the same thing with brown rice. Brown rice and butter, it's the shit. Everyone calls it boring, it has no taste, this and that. I'm not eating for taste, dude. I'm eating to look like